So now we've created our first Scratch program. Now the question is, what can we do with it, right? What tools do we have to tell the computer to do what we want it to do? There are two main parts to every Scratch program, the stage and the sprites. In this video, we'll look at the stage. In the next video, we'll look at the sprites. Now, the stage is the background for our program. So everything else that we put into our Scratch program goes into the stage. The most visible part of the stage is the backdrop, which we can see here is all white. If we want to change the backdrop to another color or a cool picture or literally anything other than white, what we have to do is we have to go into the stage. So let's see how to do that. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's this button that says Stage right below it. And if we click on this Stage button, we see that the entire right half of the screen changes. And we have these three tabs now: the Scripts tab, the Backdrops tab, and the Sounds tab. Now, the Scripts tab is what we can use to tell the computer what to do, and we'll look at this tab later. The Sounds tab we can use to add sounds to our program and then play those sounds using the scripts from the Scripts tab. We'll look at the sounds later as well, but for now we want to look at the Backdrops tab. If I click on the Backdrops tab in the middle of the three tabs, I see that the backdrops for my program come up. Right now we just have the white backdrop. Now, if we want to change this backdrop from white to some other color, we can pick whatever color we like at the bottom from this color palette here. Just click on a color that you like. I kind of like the light blue here. And then click on the Paint Bucket tool or the Fill with Color tool on the left here. And then click in the backdrop on the right. And we see that now the entire backdrop is this light blue. If you want your backdrop to be all one color, this is great. If you want your backdrop to be something more exciting, like a cool picture, then we'll need to create a new backdrop. We'll do that using the New Backdrop button, or one of them. At the top of the list of backdrops, right under where it says New Backdrop, there are these 4 buttons. You can create a new backdrop using any of these buttons. I am going to use the button on the left, which lets me choose a backdrop from the Scratch library. Now, the Scratch library has a ton of backdrops that you can choose from, and they're all pretty cool. So if we click on that, we see that we have a bunch of backdrops we can choose from. So you can look through all of these and pick the one that seems the coolest to you. I think, you know what, I like this one with the castle in the background and the forest. This one looks pretty cool. So I'm going to pick this one. So I click the backdrop to select it, and in the bottom right-hand corner, I click the OK button to add that backdrop to my stage. So there we go. Now we've changed the way our stage looks. In the next video, we'll look at the second big part of every Scratch program, which is sprites.